everyone, my name is Lindsay and we have a full body gentle yoga practice. We'll be moving through obviously the whole body. We'll spend some time working through upper and lower, getting some twists in. I do have some blocks nearby that you might find helpful for some of the postures that we're getting into later. So you may or may not find that those are things that you'd like to bring nearby. So we will begin our practice by coming into a comfortable seated posture. So it might be this easy pose, crisscross, I'm sorry, that's what they call it, crisscross applesauce. It may not feel easy for some. There's also feet planted, knees high, one leg in, one leg out, just finding something that allows the two sitting bones to fairly evenly plant down into the floor. We're gonna ground down in through the root today. So get some of the meat from around the sitting bones and really feel the placement of the hips on the floor. I'm gonna start to draw the lower belly in, just a very gentle drawing in, like 10 to 25% engagement through the belly. We're gonna take a nice slow deep inhale, lengthen up the spine, pull the shoulders up towards the ears, and then exhale, pull the shoulders back and down. Great job. We're going to start to engage our mula bandha. So these are the muscles in the pelvic floor between the tailbone and the pubic bone. So it feels kind of like you're squeezing those muscles together, almost like the sensation that you're about to stop urinating. So it's a little squeeze. And then there's the added in the mula bandha, there's a slight drawing up towards the navel. So with the lower belly gently engaged, it's kind of already happening. So with our mula bandha, we tend to take a long, slow, deep inhale with those muscles relaxed. And at the very top of the inhale is when we start to squeeze the muscles between the tailbone and the pubic bone together and gently drawing them up towards the navel. If that navel part's too much, you'll just kind of squeeze your bottom, squeeze your glutes, as well as any of the muscles in the pelvic floor that you can notice. Hold that squeeze through the exhale and then release. Okay. That's a long description. Let's take a round of practice. Exhale out all the air. Keep the spine nice and long. Take a slow, deep inhale, breathing all the way up to the collarbones. At the top of the inhale, start to squeeze the muscles of the mula bandha, drawing the tailbone and the pubic bone muscles towards each other, drawing them up, maybe gently towards the belly button. It might just feel like squeezing glutes. Hold all the way through the exhale and then release at the bottom of the exhale. Take another nice, slow, long, deep inhale. Squeeze the muscles at the top, hold all the way through your long, slow exhale, feeling yourself rooted and ground down to the floor, feeling that energizing action of the engagement, and then release. Take another nice, slow, deep inhale, roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Great job. Draw the chin down towards the chest. We're going to very slowly, gently take a nice, slow, deep inhale, just breathing in through the back of the neck, the top of the shoulders. And as you exhale, start to roll the head gently from side to side. So those mula bandha engagements that we did can be especially beneficial in several of the postures that we will be taking today. So just as a little reminder, it's a gentle squeeze of the muscles in the pelvic floor at the top of the inhale and through the exhale. You can let those muscles relax on the inhale. Wonderful. Start to pause the movement into the head. Bring the gaze again back to neutral. Roll the shoulders again forward, up, back, and down. Inhale to reach the arms up overhead, stretch up, peek the gaze up, and exhale, draw the hands down through heart center. Now, if you would like to take a moment to create an intention or a dedication for today's practice, I invite you to create a sankalpa or a heartfelt desire using positive language in the present tense, maybe starting with an I am or an it is. Maybe you're sending health or wellness to a dear one. Allow yourself to phrase your sankalpa with positive language. And when you have the words for your sankalpa or your intention or dedication, just mentally repeat it to yourself 3 times. At the bottom of that third, exhale, go ahead and release the hands, blinking the eyes open. Take another inhale to reach the arms up overhead. And exhale to press the arms out and away, bringing the head back to neutral. Spread across the chest here. Reach the fingers in opposite direction. And we're going to start to draw some little circles with the fingers, drawing the lower belly and keep the spine nice and long. There's a very gentle tucking of the chin towards the neck. You'll notice a little stretch in through the back of the neck or the tops of the shoulders. Just making this little adjustment. It's especially common to start to get a little bit of rounding in the upper spine. I know that I do it more, that I look at my cell phone and stuff. So always trying to draw the ears over the shoulders to help with the posture and the spinal alignments, the length of the neck. All right, we've got our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's take a couple in the opposite direction. Just switch in the direction of the circles, probably feeling that engagement into the arms, the shoulders, chest, the back, all those things. All right. Just a few of these in the opposite direction. Our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. We're going to flex the fingers up towards the sky. We're going to imagine that we're pressing both palms away from us. This is going to feel pretty intense. We're flexing the palms. You might notice sensation in through the palms and through the wrists, the forearms, the upper arms, the shoulders, the chest, the back. We're just pressing the palms away. We're keeping the belly engaged. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale. At the top of the inhale, engage Mula Bandha. This last little bit of breath here as we extend the palms out, holds that engagement of the Mula Bandha as you exhale. At the bottom of the exhale, release Mula Bandha and flatten the palms. Stretch the fingers towards the forearms this time, stretching the opposite side of the wrist. Great job. We're going to roll the arms over, extend the fingers out, palms face the sky. So waking up through the wrist, bring the fingers back towards the forearms, roll the arms back over, extend the fingers out. So a few rounds like this, probably the arms are feeling nice and warm. Feeling that engagement. Our last 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Bring the arms over in front of yourself. Give yourself a nice big hug. Bring the fingers towards the shoulder blades on the back of the body. Let the shoulders draw down. Round yourself down. Draw the chin towards the chest. Get a nice little stretch in through the back side of the body. Let the head very gently roll from side to side. Great job. Starting to pause the movement into the head. Draw the belly in. Roll yourself back up. Take note of which elbow is on top. Inhale to open the arms out nice and wide. And we're going to exhale, give ourselves the opposite crossing. Other arm is on top. Reach those fingers towards the shoulder blades. Again, we're going to round ourselves down. Let the head hang heavy. Maybe a gentle rolling of the head from side to side. Great job. Starting to pause that movement into the head. Draw the belly in. Use your exhale. Ragdoll yourself all the way back up. One more time. Open the arms out nice and wide. Stretch the chest. And inhale. Reach the arms up overhead. Exhale. Draw the hands down through heart center. Take a moment here, just feeling the energy, feeling the vibration into the upper body, maybe into the core. Just noticing where you are experiencing sensation after all that arm engagement. Beautiful work. Let's lower the hands down towards the left. Take the opposite crossing in the legs. If you are in a cross-legged position, you might roll out the ankles, wiggle the toes, and then cross the other leg in front. Settle back down into the sitting bones. Roll the shoulders again, forward, up, back, and down. Beautiful work. Again, we're going to inhale to reach the arms up overhead and exhale to cactus the arms out towards the sides. Waking up our rotator cuffs, begin to bring the fingers so that the palms face the floor, and then we'll bring the fingers back up towards the sky. Just a few little movements like this to isolate the shoulders. We're feeling that engagement in through the lower belly. And as we take these movements, you might feel inspired to engage the Mula Bandha through the exhale. So feeling where your breath is. And then maybe at the top of the inhale, squeezing the muscles of Mula Bandha, engaging all the way through the exhale. and then releasing before you inhale. Great. We'll finish up our arm movements, our last 2 and 1, bringing the fingers back up towards the sky. And now bring the forearms in front of you. We're just going to take our pulsing today. Plug in the fingers up towards the sky. Really squeeze the forearms towards each other. So you're getting some nice engagement in through the chest muscles, in through the back, in through the upper arm. Just pulsing, feeling that warmth, that vibration. Got our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Open the arms back up. Neutralize the spine. Lower the left hand down towards the left side of the mat. Reach the right fingers up towards the sky. As you exhale, paint the right hand over towards the left side of the mat, creating a little rainbow shape. Press into the left hand, help lengthen the waist, get a little rotation into the collarbones, peek the gaze up towards the sky, stretch, reach, breathe. Beautiful work. Draw the lower belly in, use your exhale, rise yourself all the way back up, reaching the arms up. And then switch, lower the right hand down, lift the left fingers up, paint that rainbow shape with the left fingers towards the right side. Press into that right hand, lengthen the waist, rotate the collarbones, peek the gaze up, stretch, reach, breathe. Great job. Drawing the lower belly in. Use your exhale. Raise yourself all the way back up. Extend the fingers up towards the sky. We're going to take a forward fold next. Draw the belly in. Hinge forward. Reach the hands forward. Plant the palms down into the floor. Rise the chest up. Tilt the gaze up. Get a little mini back bend. And then exhale to roll the forehead down. Rounding through the spine. Let the head hang heavy. Nice little nodding of the head. Yes and no. Great work. We'll start to pause the movements. Drawing the lower belly in. Slowly ragdoll yourself all the way back up through seated. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. With the hands on the knees, we're going to finish up with our barrel rolls. So we're going to start to swing the torso around and forward, and then draw ourselves back and around. Using our torso to feel like we're scraping out the inside of a barrel. As you swing around and back, draw the belly in, exhaling. And as you swing forward, let the belly be soft, inhaling. Great job. Let's switch the direction of these barrel rolls. Excellent. Starting to pause our barrel rolls. Let's stack ourselves up again, nice and tall. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Keep the spine long. Great job. Let's uncross the legs now. Bringing the hands back behind the hips. We're just going to take a little windshield wiper of the knees from side to side. Great job. Starting to pause that movement. We're going to bring ourselves back up to seated, grabbing onto the shins. We're going to start to rotate the torso. Keep the spine nice and long over towards the right. So just a very gentle twist over towards the right with the knees up. Right hand comes back behind the hips. Just a simple twist to get us started. Bringing the gaze over the right shoulder. And then slowly unwind. Pass back through center. Re-grab onto the shins, lengthen the spine. And then use your exhale to twist over towards the left. Left hand comes behind the hips. Maybe bringing the gaze over that left shoulder. Beautiful work. Come back through neutral. And we're going to play with our twist with a boat pose variation. So we'll start by keeping the feet planted, kind of more of a Russian twist style. Grabbing onto the thighs. Want to straighten the elbow, lean the torso back. Broaden through the collarbones. Now you might choose to stay here, and you can just alternate releasing one hand down towards the floor, re-grabbing onto the thigh and twisting over to the other side. So you have a little support with the hands bound on the thighs. That might feel best for you today, or you can extend the arms out in front, bring the palms together, and alternate, bringing both hands from side to side. So this first round, we're just going to keep the feet planted. Again, you can do this one-handed by alternating, releasing the hands from the thighs, or both hands can clasp together and swivel from side to side. Great work. As you take these movements, keep drawing the belly in. See if you can maintain length in the spine. Trying to keep out kind of a rounding action through the upper back. Great work. We've got our last 3, 2, and 1. Coming back to center, grab onto the thighs. We're going to start to move into our seated cat-cow. As you inhale, roll the belly forward, tilt the chest up, tilt the gaze up, and then exhale, draw the belly in, round, bringing the gaze towards the navel. Inhale, roll forward, tilt the gaze up towards the sky. And exhale to round, bringing the gaze towards the navel. Last one, inhale, roll forward. And exhale, round. Bring yourself back through neutral spine. Broaden through the collarbones, grab on behind the backs of the thighs. So we have all of those options from the first round, with one hand alternating, holding on and releasing, or both hands can extend out in front of you with the feet planted, or you can choose, we're going to start to lift the feet, straightening the elbows, lean the torso back, maybe find a hover as you lift the shins up towards the sky. So finding the balance in through the seat. When you have that balance, you might choose, again, either of those options. Hands alternate, sending the arms out, both of them is the other option. And alternating our little twisted boat. Well done. Got our last 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Come back through center, lower the feet, grab onto the thighs, move into your seated cat-cow. Inhale, lift up, look up. Exhale, round down, roll down. Inhale, roll forward, gaze up. Exhale, round down. We'll make our way back up through neutral spine, roll over the legs, meet up on hands and knees. As you come onto your hands and knees, we're going to take a moment to move into our bear pose. Imagining that we're a bear coming out of hibernation, just shaking off any movement that we might want, or moving through any stretches that we've noticed what might feel beneficial. You might rock back into child's pose to take a little rest. You might be taking a back bend or stretching out the legs. Just give yourself a moment to kind of explore, seeing what sensations feel beneficial to the body today. Excellent work. Starting to pause our bear pose. I'm going to stack ourselves back up with the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Before anything else, draw the belly in, press the sternum away, and we're going to slowly bend the elbows towards the back of the mat, lower the chest all down, lowering the belly down, press into the palms, inhale, lift the chest up, lift the gaze up, broadening through the collarbones, exhale, lower the chest back down. Press into the palms, press into the knees, rise yourself back up to table. Great job. All right. If you find that this is too intense on the wrists, you can come up onto your knuckles or lower down onto your forearms. Taking our hip circles, we're going to start with the left side, kicking the left heel up towards the sky. Begin to open the left knee out towards the left side of the room. Draw it up towards the left elbow, draw it underneath the body, and then kick the heel up. Take it towards the side, elbow, under the body, up, side, elbow, under the body, and up. Switch directions, draw the knee in towards the chest, elbow, side, up, chest, elbow, side, up. Last one, chest, elbow, side, and up. Great job. Square off those hips, extend that leg out back behind you, nice straight leg. Swivel the left pinky toe down towards the floor. We're gonna move into our 50-50 plank or bird dog pose. Re-engage the belly, flatten the back, start to get lighter and lighter in the right hand. Extending the right arm out, nice and long out in front of you. Reaching arm and leg in opposite direction, nice slow deep breath in. As you exhale, start to flutter kick the arm and the leg. Just little 1-inch pulses, maybe a little more, a little less. Breathe steady and slow. We've got our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Lower the hands, lower the knee. Rock back into child's pose. Take the weight out of the hands. Maybe roll the wrists around. A little wiggling. Go ahead and breathe steady and slow. As you're in this child's pose, keep those breaths moving nice and steady and slow. We'll take a round of breathing with our Mula Bandha here in child's pose. So as you inhale, keep the muscles nice and soft into the pelvic floor. At the top of the inhale, squeeze those muscles and hold all the way through the exhale. Beautiful work. Releasing the engagement, pressing into the palms, rising back up to tabletop. Moving into our hip circles on the other side. Kick the right heel up towards the sky. Open the right knee out towards the right. Pull it up towards that right elbow, then underneath the body and kick the heel up. Take it towards the side, elbow, under the body, up, side, elbow, under the body, and up. Switch directions, knee into chest, elbow, side, up, chest, elbow, side, up. Last one, chest, elbow, side, and up. Great job. Lengthen out that right leg, square off the hips, point the pinky toe down towards the floor. And we're going to start to move into our 50-50 plank. Start to get lighter and lighter in that left hand. Slowly extending the left hand out in front of you, reaching arm and leg in opposite directions. Feel like you're getting pulled. Draw the belly in and then start to flutter kick the arm and the leg. Stay with your breath. Nice, slow, deep breath. We've got our last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Lower the hand, lower the knee. Rock back into child's pose. Take it nice and easy. Slow, deep breaths. Maybe moving the wrists around. Gentle massage of the forearms or the wrists. Breathing slow and deep. We're going to reach the arms out in front of us. Staying low in child's pose. Begin to walk the hands over to the left side of the mat. Grab onto the right wrist. Lengthen out that right side of the body. Breathing into the back side of the body, nice and slow. Again, you might choose to engage Mula Bandha through the exhales. Releasing that right wrist, walk the arms over towards the left side. I'm sorry, towards the right side. To the other side, walk your hands over to the other side. Grab onto the left wrist. Sinking down, breathing nice and slow, breathing into the side body, stretching the left side. Again, maybe engaging Mula Bandha through the exhale. Wonderful. Releasing the wrist, walk the hands back through center. Press into the palms, rising up again to table. Swivel the elbows towards the back of the mat, taking another one of those half push-ups. Bend the elbows, lower the chest all the way down, nice and slow. Lengthen yourself up. Press into the palms that are underneath the armpits. Squeeze the glutes as you inhale. Lift up, low cobra. Draw the shoulders away from the ears. And exhale, lower the chest back down. Great job. One more little back bend like that. Squeeze the glutes again. Press into the palms. Inhale, rise up, low cobra. You might choose to hover the palms up off the floor, feeling all that engagement into the glutes and the lower back. Great job. Slowly lower the hands, lower the torso. Press into the palms, press into the knees. Rise up, table. Tuck the toes back behind you. Keep pressing the hips all the way up, coming into our downward facing dog. Heels are lifted, shoulders press back, sitting bones rise towards the sky. So gentle bends in the knees, and then we start to alternate lifting and lowering the heels like we are walking our dog, stretching out through the backs of the legs. Great. Starting to walk the hands and the feet towards each other. We're going to meet up in a forward fold. Nice soft bend in the knees. Just let the torso drape over the legs. You might take the weight out of the arms, grabbing opposite elbows. Taking a little sway from side to side, maybe. Excellent. Starting to pause that gentle rocking. Release opposite elbows. Draw the belly in. Begin to ragdoll yourself all the way back up through standing. Stacking vertebrae on top of vertebrae. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Rooting down through the feet. Finding our mountain pose. Extend the fingers towards the floor. Legs, glutes, belly, all engaged. Spine long, chin drawing towards the neck. Take a nice slow deep breath, just feeling the rooted sensation down through the feet, that strength along the legs, in through the belly, and radiating down the arms through the fingertips. Great job. Take a nice slow deep inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, take a forward fold. Lower the torso back down over the legs, stretching into the backs of the legs, lower back along the length of the spine. Bring the hands towards the legs, draw the belly in. Inhale, rise up halfway. Reach the head and the tailbone in opposite directions. Nice length here into the spine. Exhale, lower the torso all the way back down. Inhale, raise yourself all the way back up through standing. Reach the fingers up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, hands come down through heart center. Great job. We're gonna add chair pose into the mix. So take a full, slow, deep inhale. And exhale completely, getting ready. With your next inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back, extend the arms up overhead, chair. Exhale the forward fold, lower the torso down over the legs, straighten the knees. Inhale to rise up halfway, lengthen through the spine, hands press towards the legs. Exhale the forward fold, lower the torso back down over the legs. Finding chair again, as you inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back, reach the arms up, tilt the gaze up. Exhale, rise to stand, hands come through, heart center. Excellent work. We're gonna play with twisted chair, and for this posture, you might find it helpful to use a block to help keep the legs stable. So you can choose to use a block or not, it's all good. So we'll find the position of the legs that feels about a knuckle, 2 knuckles distance apart. The block will bring up above the knees. So you could try on the skinny setting. And as you squeeze the legs towards each other, notice if the knees kind of come in towards center line. If they do, you might want to try the wider version. So notice there that my knees are a little bit over the ankles, whereas the skinny version might look like what you want, but the knees kind of come in. So try it out. I'm going to go with the wider version today. All right, so push down into the feet. Bring the hands in through heart center. Squeeze the block together. And as you exhale, start to bend the knees, sit the hips back. Finding chair. Feel stable, long in the spine. There's a little tucking of the tailbone to lengthen the spine. We're going to open the elbows out nice and wide. Great job. Okay, so with the elbows nice and wide, we're going to start to rotate the right elbow down towards the knee, maybe even towards the block. Keep the core engaged. Great job. Come back through center. And we're going to rotate in the other direction. Lower the left elbow down with the right elbow up. Great job. Come back through center. Rise to stand. Great job. Keep the block where it is, but bring the hands to the hips, and we're just going to draw some circles with the hips. All right, opposite direction. Fantastic. Starting to pause that movement, we're going to take our twisted chair one more time. You can always opt out of it if you're not feeling it. Roll the shoulders forward, up, back, and down. Find that length in the spine. Root down through the feet, draw in through the belly. Bring the hands again through heart center. And then as you exhale, start to bend the knees, sit the hips back, lengthen the spine, tuck the tailbone very gently, keeping the legs squeezing into that block. We're going to slowly start to rotate the right elbow down towards center line. Maybe getting a little more twist this time. Great job. Bring this torso back through center and then switch sides. Bring the left elbow down, right elbow up. Keeping the hands at heart center. Great job. Unwind. Pressing to the feet, rise to stand. Shoulders roll forward, up, back, and down. Great job. We can place that block off to the side. We're going to windmill ourselves around after you place the block down. Just getting a nice little twist in through the spine. Fantastic. We'll start to pause our twisting and make our way back up towards the top of the mat. Rooting down into the feet, nice lengthen through the spine. Exhale fully. Inhale to find chair, bend the knees, sit the hips back, reach the arms up overhead. Exhale to forward fold, lower the torso down over the legs. Inhale, rise up halfway, hands press in towards the legs, lengthen the spine. Exhale to forward fold. One more chair pose, bend the knees, sit the hips back. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, lift the gaze up. Exhale, rise to stand, hands come through, heart center. Great. Root down in through that right foot, squeeze the right thigh, squeeze the right glute. Start to get lighter and lighter in the left foot, finding maybe a non-moving spot to stare at. We're going to take a big step back with this left foot. Coming into our warrior one, plant the toe, plant the heel. So those back toes point a little bit closer towards the upper left corner of the mat. It's about a 2.5, 3 foot step back. I'm going to start to bend the right knee over the right ankle. Tuck the tailbone just a little bit. Feel that stretch in the hip flexor, lengthen the spine, and inhale to reach the arms up overhead. Great job. Nice, slow, deep breath in and out, feeling that warrior one. Draw the hands down through heart center. Straighten the front knee, and we're going to rise up on the back heel. So lifting the back heel, it's just the toes that are planted. You're going to notice the hips can square off a little bit more towards the short edge of the mat. We're going to move into our high crescent lunge. Start to bend the right knee back over the right ankle, tucking the tailbone, keep that back heel lifted. Great job. Draw the hands back down through heart center, elbows open out towards the side. So we're going to take that same similar twisting action as we did with our chair pose. So hinging forward, slowly, gently start to twist, bringing the left elbow towards the right knee. Fantastic work. Bring yourself back through center. Reach the arms back up overhead, high crescent lunge. Beautiful work. One more time like that. Draw the hands down through heart center. Hinge forward from the torso. Reach the left elbow towards the right knee. Getting a little twist here. Great job. Unwind. Straighten the front knee, lower the back heel. Moving into our Parsvottanasana. So the legs are long. They're straight. They're not hyperextended. The spine is long. Take a slow, deep inhale. Lengthen. Exhale, begin to hinge forward over that right leg. Lowering the torso down, nice and slow with control. The hands can come down towards the thigh, the shin, the ankle. Just slowly, slowly lower the torso down, nice and slow with control. Let the head hang heavy here. Nice, slow, few deep breaths in and out. Beautiful work. Add a gentle bend to that front knee. Slowly start to rise yourself all the way back up through standing. Hands come through heart center. Take a big step forward with that left foot, meeting back up in our mountain pose. Reach the fingers down towards the floor. Lengthen through the spine. Nice, slow, deep round of breath. Inhaling. At the top of the inhale, squeeze Mula Bandha as you stand here in mountain pose. Squeeze, exhale. And then release Mula Bandha. Inhale, bend the knees, sit the hips back, reach the arms up overhead, chair pose. Exhale, forward fold, straighten the knees, lower the torso, back down. Inhale, rise up halfway, lengthen. Exhale, forward fold. One more chair pose, bend the knees, sit the hips back, draw the belly and reach the arms up. Exhale, rise to stand, hands come through, heart center. Great job, root down in through that left foot, squeeze the left thigh, squeeze the left glutes. Start to get lighter and lighter in that right foot. And we're gonna take this big step back with the right foot, finding our warrior one. Those right toes swivel towards the upper right corner of the mat. We're gonna start to bend the left knee over the left ankle, take a tuck of the tailbone, lengthen through the spine. Now as you're ready, reach the arms up overhead, finding our warrior one. So feel that engagement in through the glutes, that stretch of the right hip flexor, the length of the spine. Great job. Draw the hands down through heart center. Straighten the front knee a little bit and come up on your back toes, lifting the back right heel. Find your balance. As you're ready, rebend the left knee over the left ankle, finding our crescent lunge. Keep that back heel lifted, nice bend in the front knee. Hands stay at heart center. We're gonna find that twisting crescent lunge. So hinge the torso forward and then start to rotate the right elbow towards the left knee. Great job. Slowly unwind. Lift the torso back up, extend the fingers back up towards the sky. Use that slowness to control the posture. Nice, slow, deep inhale with the fingers extended up in our crescent lunge. Then draw the hands back down through heart center. We're gonna take one more of these. Hinge the torso forward. Rotate the right elbow towards the left knee. Excellent work. Slowly unwinding. Lift yourself back up. Straighten the front knee, lower the back heel. Great job. We're going to move into our Parsvottanasana. Again, the legs are straight but not hyperextended. Inhale to lengthen the spine. Exhale to start to lower the torso down over that left leg, keeping the spine nice and long, lowering down, down, down. Hands can come towards the thigh, the shin, the ankle, maybe reaching towards the floor. Lower the torso down, nice and slow. Few slow, deep breaths here. Add a very gentle bend to that front knee. Draw the belly in. Start to round yourself all the way back up. Hands come through heart center and take that big step forward with the right foot. Extend the fingers down towards the floor, meeting in our mountain pose. Take a moment, connect with the breath, root down through the feet. Maybe take a round or two of breathing with Mula Bandha. And just reflect. Notice how you are feeling. Maybe taking another moment to restate your intention or dedication, your sankalpa. Great work. With our next inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And as you exhale, forward fold, lower the torso down over the legs. Bring the hands towards the shins and inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, lower the torso back down. Add enough of a bend in the knees that you can plant the hands on the mat. Pressing into the palms, we're going to extend the legs back behind us, finding our plank pose. Great job. Keep the core engaged, spine nice and long. Hips are a little lower than you might expect. Great job. Slowly lower the knees down towards the floor. Bend the elbows towards the back of the mat. Lower down. Another one of those half push-ups. Lowering down nice and slow. Extend the legs out long. Hands come underneath the shoulders. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, rise up. Low cobra. Maybe hover the palms. Exhale, lower everything back down. Great job. One more back bend. Either that same low cobra or moving into seal pose. For seal pose, you walk the hands out and up between 6 to 12 inches in both directions. Squeeze the glutes, press into the palms. Inhale, rising up. Low cobra or seal. Great job. Slowly lower everything back down. Hands come back underneath the armpits. Press into the palms, press into the knees. Rise up back to tabletop. So from table, give the hips a little sway from side to side. And we're going to play with some low lunge variations or just some movements on the hands and knees. So if you'd like, you can double up the mat underneath your knees, providing a little bit more cushion. And we'll bring the blocks, you have two of them, to either side of the hands or underneath the hands. If you only have one block, you can bring the outer edges of the palms to the edges of the block. Give yourself a moment to get set up, maybe two blocks, maybe one block. Wrists are more or less under the shoulder area. Great job. So we're going to start by kicking the right heel up towards the sky. Kick that right heel up, and then exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, rounding the back. Squeeze it in. Inhale, kick the heel up again. Building momentum. Exhale, squeeze the knee in towards the chest. Last time, inhale, kick that right heel up towards the sky. Exhale, draw that knee in towards the chest. Plant that right foot on the mat and heel toe it forward towards the hands. Great job. So we've got our foot up there in front of us. We're just going to rock the hips forward and back a few times, feeling into the hip joints. Great job. We're going to play with our half splits. Start to straighten the front knee, bring the hips back, straightening that front knee, walk the blocks back kind of along the knee area, and we're going to press the blocks up to the highest setting. Walking that front heel forward, maybe just a little bit more. Start to flex those right toes up towards the sky. Look at the spine nice and long. Feel that stretch in through the back of the right leg. Great job. Now, if you'd like, you can start to walk the hands forward just a little bit more, lowering the torso down over the leg. Maybe you can reach the hands down towards the floor. Any sort of variation. We're getting a stretch in through the back of the leg, but you might also be getting a stretch in through the back, into the head, into the arms. Nice, slow, deep breath in. And exhale. Great job. We're going to start to make our way out of this posture, pressing yourself back up into the blocks. Replant that right foot. We're going to rebend the right knee over that right ankle. We're going to heel toe the right foot forward and out towards the right, few inches. Moving into our dragon pose, bring the right block to the inside of that right leg. Start to rebend the right knee over that right ankle, pressing the hips forward, lengthening that left leg back behind you. So maybe even you're scooching that back leg back just a little bit. So the hips sink down. The right knee is still fairly stacked over that right ankle. So if it's a little bit more looking like that, big angle of the knee over the toes, just heel toe that front foot forward just a little bit. This is just taking pressure off of the knee joint. So you might choose to stay lifted here in our proud dragon or proud lizard pose, or you can lower yourself down a little bit, maybe bringing the blocks down a level or two, maybe lowering down onto the forearms. Maybe you can reach the arms down towards the floor, coming down into our humble lizard or humble dragon, sleeping dragon, all kinds of different names. Great job. Rising ourselves back up onto our palms, bringing the left hand down onto the left block. We're gonna add just a very kind of fun little silly twist here. Start to reach the right arm up towards the sky, starting with maybe pointing that right elbow up towards the sky, and then maybe lifting the right fingers up towards the sky. Great job. Lower that right hand back down. Start to press the hips back up. Nice and slow, just noticing those sensations. We're gonna bring the right knee back with the left and rock back into child's pose. Bring the hips and the heels towards each other at the back of the mat. Taking a few breaths here. You might scooch the blocks a little closer, resting the forearms or resting the upper arms or just the elbows on the blocks, giving a little more of a stretch in through the arms in your child's pose. The hands may come together in a prayer position back behind the neck. A few slow, steady, deep breaths in and out. Maybe again, choosing to engage Mula Bandha. Great job. We're going to make our way back up into our tabletop position. Bringing in the blocks underneath the wrists. Stacking ourselves up. We're going to take those movements on the other side. Starting with a little gentle sway of the hips from side to side like you're wagging your tail. And then we'll find stillness there. Start to lift the left heel up towards the sky. And then exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest, rounding the back. Inhale, kick the heel up towards the sky. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Last one, inhale, kick it up. Exhale, draw the knee in towards the chest. Plant that left foot on the mat, heel toe the foot forward, up towards the blocks, up towards the hands. When you have that front foot settled, we're just going to take a few little rocks in the hips forward and back. Noticing any sensation, noticing any tightness, tension, just noticing where you are today before we take these postures deeper. As you're ready, we're going to start to straighten that front knee, bringing the hands up onto the blocks on the highest setting. Straighten the front knee, scooch that front heel forward just a little bit more, start to flex the toes up towards the sky. So the torso is lifted, the palms are pressed into the blocks. Find that length in through the spine. Our half splits are Ardha Hanumanasana, half king monkey pose. You might start to walk the hands forward or lower the palms down, lower the blocks down just a little bit. Start to round the spine over that extended leg if you would like a deeper sensation in this posture. You might be feeling that it's plenty of sensation where you are. So kind of feel it out. If you want to forward fold, forward fold. If you don't, oh. Great job. Start to rise up out of this posture, pressing the palms into the blocks. Great job. Rebend the front knee. And we're going to start to move into our dragon pose or lizard pose by heel toeing that left foot out towards the left a little bit. Bring the left block to the inside of that left foot. Maybe heel toe that left foot forward. So it's out and forward just a little bit. Start to bend that left knee over the left ankle. Use the blocks to help keep the torso lifted. Maybe even extend that right leg out just a little bit more. So you might be scooching the back leg back while you scooch the front foot forward. All good. Feeling a stretch in through that right hip flexor. Getting a deep compression in through that left hip joint. You might choose to stay lifted here in our proud lizard or proud dragon pose, or you might lower down, either taking the blocks to a lower height, taking more of a forward fold might be where you would like to go. A few slow, deep breaths here, just getting real deep into the hips. Fantastic work. We'll start to press ourselves back up onto the blocks and take that twisted dragon pose. Bring the right hand onto the right block. Get lighter in the left. Start to lift the left elbow up towards the sky. Maybe start to extend the left fingers up towards the sky. Fantastic work. Slowly lower both hands back down. Press the hips up and bring that left knee back with the right. Lower down into child's pose. Hips and heels sink toward each other. You might bring the blocks with you again to support underneath the elbows. Just getting deeper in through the arms. Bring the palms together back behind the head. Do nice, slow, deep breaths, breathing into the lower back. Reconnect with your intention or dedication. Get the breath nice and slow. Wonderful work. Extend the arms back out, rise back up. Coming into table. We're going to play with our cat-cow. As you inhale, lift, lower the belly, and lift the gaze. As you exhale, draw the belly in, rounding, gaze towards the navel. Inhaling, lower the belly, tilt the gaze. Exhale, round. Beautiful work. Come back through neutral. Bend the elbows towards the back of the mat. Draw the belly in. Start to lower the chest all the way back down towards the floor. That half push-up. Press into the palms. Squeeze the glutes. Inhale, rise up, low cobra. And then transition into Sphinx pose. Walk the elbows out underneath the shoulders, forearms parallel to each other. Let the hips sink down here in towards the floor. Press into the forearms, shine the chest forward, tilt the gaze up towards the sky. Excellent work. And exhale, lower the chin towards the chest. Start to roll the head gently from side to side. Fantastic. Starting to pause that movement. Lower the torso all the way back down onto the floor and bring the hands back by the sides. Palms face the sky. Give the hips a little shake from side to side, just a little gentle rocking. And we're going to start to play with our locust pose. Squeeze the legs towards each other like you're zipping them up into a little tail. Keep squeezing the glutes. Feel those glutes engage. Bring the gaze to neutral. Use your inhale to peel the palms up towards the sky. Lift the chest up off the floor. Lift the upper body up. Squeeze the glutes. Maybe use your exhale to lift the tail up off the floor. Nice, slow, deep breath in. Exhale, lower everything back down. Rest on your cheek. Give the hips another little sway from side to side, just a gentle rocking. Great job. One more time like that. Pause the rocking, squeeze the legs together, squeeze the glutes, zip the tail up, bring the gaze to neutral. Use your inhale, peel the palms, lift the chest. Maybe use your exhale, lift the tail up. Coming into our locust pose. Nice job. See if you can lift up just a little bit higher as you inhale, lift. Exhale, lower everything back down onto the floor. Beautiful work. Let's roll over onto our back. Plant the feet, knees up towards the sky. Great job. Take a moment here. Press into the feet, squeeze the glutes, press into the palms. As you exhale, press the hips up towards the sky, moving into bridge pose. Press the feet into the floor, squeeze the glutes, keep lifting the hips. Keep the gaze neutral up towards the sky, squeeze those glutes. Exhale, lower the hips all the way back down towards the floor. Nice work. We'll move into our figure 4 pose. Lift the right shin up towards the sky, flex the right toes towards the right knee, cross the right ankle over the left thigh. You might use that right hand to help open the right knee out a little bit more. This might be where you'd like to stay, or maybe if you want a little bit more, you can lift that left foot up onto a block, or draw the left knee in towards the chest, grabbing on behind the back of the thigh, or around that left shin. A few nice slow deep breaths in and out. Breath is long and slow. Give yourself one more little squeeze of the figure 4 in towards the chest, if you've got that there. And then slowly release the left foot down towards the floor. We're going to take a cross-legged twist. So either keeping the shape of the figure 4 or draw the right knee tighter over that left knee. We're going to open the arms up into cactus arms and slowly bring the legs over towards the left side of the mat. So we're lowering the legs down, finding a variation of the cross legs that works for you. So you might settle in and then say, I kind of want to try the other side or the other way. So give yourself some freedom to play with the form of this twist. We'll start to bring the gaze over the right shoulder. Great work. Bring the gaze back up towards the sky. Draw the lower belly in. Use your exhale. Lift yourself back up. Uncross the right leg and switch sides. Lift the left ankle towards the right shin. Flex the left toes towards the left knee. Use the left hand to help open the knee out just a little bit more. Again, either choosing to stay here or start to draw that figure 4 in towards the chest. Nice, slow, deep breaths in and out. Noticing where you are experiencing the sensation of this posture. Allow yourself to stay connected with your breath. Give yourself one more little squeeze of the figure 4 in. And exhale, release that right foot down towards the floor. Again, choosing the variation of the cross in the legs that you would like for our twist. Open the arms up into cactus arms and then slowly lower the legs over towards the right side of the mat. You might bring the gaze over towards the left shoulder. Wonderful. Start to draw the lower belly in. Use your exhale. Unwind the twist. Uncross the legs. And we're going to move into a supine bound angle pose. So drawing the soles of the feet towards each other. Open the knees out towards the sides. I'm going to take a few moments here. So you might choose to use some blocks underneath the knees or underneath the thighs, a little support there. Or you might find maybe you don't want them. Don't need them today. All's good. Whatever you would like. You can bring the hands towards the hip points, to the lower belly, extend them out to the sides in cactus or airplane wings. You might even stretch the arms up overhead. Take a few slow, deep breaths. You might find that this is another posture where you can experience that sensation of engaging the Mula Bandha quite easily. So as we rest here, slowing down the breath, you might choose to engage the muscles of the Mula Bandha as you exhale. We'll start to make our way out of this posture, bringing the hands back towards the outer thighs, slowly lifting the knees back up towards the sky. Slowly, gently draw the knees in towards the chest. Giving yourself a little hug, just noticing the movements between the vertebrae, moving nice and slow, squeezing the knees in. And maybe giving yourself a gentle rocking from side to side. Now, if there are any other postures, movements, etc., that you would like to take to help your practice feel complete, I invite you to move into those before coming to rest in our final posture, Shavasana. As you come into Shavasana, slowly lengthen the legs out nice and long onto the mat. Allow the toes to fall out towards the outer edges of the mat. Hands come down by the hips, palms face the sky. You might tuck the tailbone gently, lengthening out the lower back. You might draw the chin towards the neck, lengthening the cervical spine. Allow yourself another slow, deep round of breath. Relaxing all the muscles. Relaxing the muscles of the face. Let the muscles between the eyebrows relax. Let the jaw relax. Softening the muscles around the eyes and the shoulders. Relax the muscles through the core and the back. Feel the glutes relax. And the legs all the way down to the toes relax. Allow yourself to just observe the movements of the mind. See if you can notice the thoughts without engaging in the thoughts. And slowly, gently start to bring a little bit of movement back into your fingers and your toes. Waking yourself up nice and slow. Bring that movement into your wrists and ankles. And take a nice, slow, deep inhale. Lengthen the arms up overhead. Point the toes towards the short edge of the mat. Stretch yourself out nice and long. And exhale, draw the knees in towards the chest. Give yourself another nice big hug. As you're ready, rolling over onto one side and resting for a moment in a fetal posture. And tucked up into a little ball, the arm can support the head. Keeping the eyes closed, give yourself a moment just to feel a sense of gratitude. Maybe gratitude towards yourself or towards a loved one. Maybe gratitude towards the earth beneath us. As you are ready, slowly, gently rising yourself back up into a comfortable seated posture. Eyes can stay closed to the gaze softly lowered. Feeling the length in the spine, the rooted sensation down through the hips, and the lift of the crown of the head. Take a nice, slow, deep inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale to draw the hands down through heart center. May our practice be of benefit to all beings. Thank you, and namaste.